Yeah, you're probably gonna hear some clicks, some clanks. We're in I'm in my house. Well, technically, permanent house. It's complicated. Let's make sure the video's going. Looks like it is. Like I said, don't mind a click. It's just a heating system. It's old. It likes to clank, click, and all those other weird noises. We are perfect. We are live. At least that's what YouTube's telling me. So, welcome to my abode. So you might hear some weird, strange noises, whatnot. Shouldn't be too strange. Should be just random house noises, but you never know. Let me see here. Makes things a little bit easier for me to see. Looks a little better. I'm trying to make things half screen, but now I can't see the chat. That's alright. Shush. That's a little better, I think. For me, at least. You can't see it. That's alright. So, like I said, welcome to my abode. This is the first blog in 2020 and the first blog in quite a while now. And I finally just worked up the courage just to do it, just to jump in there and get it handled because it needs to happen. You people, I told you I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. So we'll jump right into it. The holidays were extremely busy. I'm sure they were for you as well. Right after Extra Life, things kind of trailed down a little bit just because of how exhausting that is. That was November. That was super exhausting. Staying up for 24 hours seems like a super fun thing to do for playing video games. I can tell you that maybe playing the video games might be super fun, but like being the host or being a host or an admin, it gets tiring really quickly. And it turned out really great. I was super excited about it. I think we raised something like $3,000 for the night, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. That's nothing. And I think like 8 people stayed up for the full 24 hours. And there's a time lapse on the channel. You can take a look. I think somewhere halfway there, like it stopped recording for some reason, but I figured it out, picked it back up, kept it recording. So it's still a pretty good time lapse. I like doing the time lapses. It kind of lets you be a part of it kind of without having to be there. I want you there. That's yeah. Anyway, so after that, it was December. We had a bunch of the D&D games. We're like, hey, we're going to take December off. It's too complicated. Makes sense. And so I kind of did the same thing. I kind of just relaxed after Extra Life and kind of got too used to it. And now that we're starting to draw back with our rent type of thing, we're like month to month now. I'm starting to pack some things up, bring them home, and that's kind of what I did with the camera equipment. Is that I brought it home, and that's why I'm here, and not hosting it out of the warehouse. Now, I mean, I don't know how many months we have left. We're kind of jumping my list, but I want to be prepared. I don't want to be caught off guard because I could get a month notice that we have to be out, and I don't want to have to like go crazy packing everything up and just getting it out of there. So I'm taking some stuff home, things that aren't needed. Like I'm not taking home any of the consoles that are in use, any of the computers yet. I took home the 3D printer, took home the camera stuff. Some of the decorations are down. For all those who missed it, we decorated the place Harry Potter themed, and we kept some of it. We kept it in the VIP rooms for now. But that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. We spent a lot of money on Harry Potter themed stuff, but I can reuse it next year. I learned some cool things, like apparently buying a fake Christmas tree is actually worse for the environment than getting I want to say organic tree, but getting just a plain old alive tree. That I didn't know that, and I saw it on Reddit a few months ago. And I was like, that I already bought it, so I'm going to use it for as long as I can. Hopefully someone else will be able to get use out of the tree after we are done with it, but I didn't know that. Now I do. So the more you know. And so the decorating was a lot of fun, but all that's being taken home now. I'm going to be taking down some of the decorations, artwork, stuff like that. Like a lot of the little figurines and the old consoles that we have on display. I'm going to be taking that, putting them in boxes and taking them home. So things are going to look a little sparse. Just letting you know, art wise. But I'm trying to get on top of it. I don't want to get caught not having everything ready and having the struggle. That was the point of that. Moving on. So December was busy, so I didn't really have time to stream. I wanted to, but not having the equipment at the warehouse and not wanting to feel you have to work up to doing a video here at home, just with all the awkward noises and whatnot. You could hear baby cry or dog bark, and just in today's YouTube society, I don't know how acceptable it is anymore, I guess. I don't know. I feel really self-conscious about it, so I tend to fray upon that, not doing it. But I don't hurt anyone else when they have a dog who like barks. That's what they do. They bark sometimes. But for me, it's a self-conscious thing. I'm opening up to you guys. There it is. Now you know my secret, and you know how to dag at my soul. It's just to have something happen in the middle of the stream. And then the girlfriend came, visited for winter break, so that was kind of nice. And that also, I was hanging out with her, having a lot of good times. I didn't want to stream then. The excuses, these are excuses. I could have made time, right? You find something you like, you'll make time for it. But that being, streaming is not something I would say like I look forward to the most. And so I do have that self-consciousness. That's why I was like, this is a great excuse not to do a blog this week. Bad excuse. I'm going to try to get better at that. What's happening next? Dungeon Con. So we got asked to do Dungeon Con. I think I've mentioned this in prior posts. We finally got the full gaming schedule up. It is up and going. And so look it up on our Facebook page, on the event page, Dungeon Con. You'll see we'll see the event. You'll see our gaming schedule. You'll see that AKG is involved. They're super excited. They're going to host some cool stuff. I think Mario Kart and Super Smash Brothers. There's going to be open PCs to play. There's going to be open consoles to play. I'm debating if I want to bring the VR kit there. I don't know if there's going to be room this year. If we do it next year, of course, we're going to try to, always build things a little bit bigger. But I think there's going to be room for 65 people-ish, maybe 95. 65 to 95, we'll say that. So there's plenty of room for bringing your own computers. All our computers are going to be there. There's going to be a bunch of consoles. You bring your own console if you want. D&D, LARPing. There's going to be a wet section for D&D, which is super cool. There's going to be a tavern where you can buy food. Also really awesome. But you have to be 21 for that part. Just, of course, heads up. It's Alaska. You should know the law. So that's going to be, I'm super excited about it. I'm super excited to see what we can accomplish that way. We're supposed to have MTA internet, so that's going to be super exciting. Can't wait to get that. We're going to try to get, of course, as fast as they can, or maybe multiple modems if they can give us that. Our tournaments, Modern Warfare, we're going to test it out. We're going to see how it goes. Now, the way this is going to be structured, I get a lot of flack for this, is that we're doing a tiered system, and so you and your opponent will join each other's team. And then you'll play a regular match, like a set of 3 matches, all random. And basically, you're not competing against that person directly, per se. Like you are at the end, but you're really combating to get them the highest score in that round. Whether it be if it's tags, whoever collects the most tags, deathmatch, whoever gets the most deathmatch points, search and destroy. Whatever, oh man, I haven't played in a while. Whatever score that keeps, if you are on top of that person's score, you win, basically, and then you move on. And I think it's going to be round robin or something like that. So you're going to have, there's not going to be any downtime. You're not going to be always completely out of the loop. So that's something to look forward to. I like that style a lot more than elimination, just because like you play your first round, you're out. You don't get to play anybody else. Then that's kind of, and then double elimination, you got to wait for someone else to be out. Usually, if it's first round, it's gonna be right away. But when you round robin, it's like as soon as your person's ready, you go again. And even if you are the bottom of the chain, you're still getting to play a lot. You're getting to play different people, and I think that's a lot of fun. So that's kind of what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? What style do you think is best? I would love to hear it, because I'm not perfect, and something I like doesn't mean that you like it. Makes sense. We're also going to be doing, I think, League of Legends, I believe. I don't know. I should take a look now. Now I'm second judging myself. And of course, I'm uploading, so the internet is super slow. But we'll figure this out together, maybe. Go to the warehouse page. Something weird was on the page. Sit there forever. I'm actually streaming at 4K. I'm down converting to 1080, so it takes a lot on the system. In fact, I probably should have plugged my laptop in. We got plenty of time. Of course not. I can do it on my phone, probably a little quicker. But I definitely know Modern Warfare, the new one, is on the docket. Okay, see, easy peasy. Events. Dungeon Con. Yeah, Fortnite. Okay, so Fortnite is going to be our second one. And that's going to be on Saturday. And that's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be the same format that we did for MTAZ Unlimited, where you join with another person, you play a match as a team, and whoever gets the most points wins, or kills, really. But so that's going to be a lot of fun, especially if you're Fortnite playing. But now, if you are a Modern Warfare fan, you also have that option now too. And I think this is our first time ever doing a Modern Warfare tournament, so we're going to definitely need your input on that. I'm super excited about this next one. We're going to be getting, I'm going to be getting a new server, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to set up a iSCSI device from there. Trying to make it as layman as possible. Basically, what we want to do is we want to take all the Steam games and Blizzard games and Epic games and all this other stuff. Instead of having hard drives in the computer itself, we want to have a separate server on the network, because we have gigabit and 10 gigabit uplinks to store all those games on a deduplicated game file server, and then serve out those shares as actual drives to the computer. That, at least that's what the computer sees, and see if that helps anything. Because a lot of times people are downloading the same games, they're updating games, and it's the same copy of the game on multiple computers. This is not going to help. Each individual person will still have to download their games, but instead of maybe, because we have 2 terabytes in every computer, 16 16 times 2, right? 32. So 320 terabytes ish of, yeah, 32 terabytes. Yeah, I think 32 terabytes of data that could be potentially there. But however, collectively, if you minus all the same files and everything, they're probably using maybe 200 gigs of data. So it really makes sense to try to wait to, and deduplication, and I'll explain that in a video, is basically when if file A equals file B, don't have 2 copies of the file, just reference file A from file B, and then file B takes up 0 space, reducing your total space by a huge amount. I tried it already with a different server that I was just laying around. It didn't work well, just because I didn't have enough RAM. And so I went out and bought a new server. This new server is going to have dual 8 gigahertz or dual 8 core processors. It's going to have, I'm going to be trying to put in there 256 gigs of RAM, maybe 384 gigs of RAM if I can. Deduplication uses up a crazy amount of RAM. What was that? And no one's dead. Excellent. So I wanted to make sure I had something. I have a spare RAM, so I'm going to fill the server up with a whole bunch of RAM. And then I bought these 8 terabyte hard drives. I bought 4 of them. They're 8 terabytes. They're SAS, and they are awesome. 8 terabyte SAS, right? Yeah. And so they should work really well for what we're trying to do, this project. And I'm really hoping that it does work the way I plan to work it. If it doesn't, I'll repurpose the server. If it does, then I'll probably switch all the warehouse PCs to use the server as their game drive. Because right now, the server, each computer has 2 drives: the SSD for the boot drive, and then it has a 2 terabyte drive, spinning drive for the games. This way, you can download. Spinning drives cost so much less than SSD, and so while you don't get the speed during your game loads, you do pretty much. The biggest thing is the operating system that needs to be on an SSD, so I made sure that was there. But with our 1 gigabit links to the switch and 10 gigabit up to our routers, you should be able to get your games just as fast as with the spinning disk. Sometimes a little bit faster depending on how it's set up, because versus a single drive, we're going to have 3 drives, 4 drives in a RAID, 3 usable drives, and that should give us some pretty good speeds. And I think we're going to get dual 10 gigabit to this server. So that's going to also increase the speed, increase the pathways. That means a 10 gigabit link could go down and it would still get the data, albeit a little bit slower. But at 10 gig on 16 computers should be nothing. So that's my next project. I get that next week, and the video will hopefully be out next month-ish, depending on how it goes. So if you're excited about that, let me know what your thoughts are. And let me know what kind of other types of servers that you'd be interested in seeing. Speaking of computers and all that, space. So I still haven't found any leads on space. I have 2. I have 2 leads, but no one's returning my email. So I'm going to have to make a phone call and see if I can't have a meeting with these people and see what we can do. But that's the biggest problem, is people just don't return emails. And I even left a phone call, right? I left a message. I never got a phone call back. That's just seems rude to me, but I could be wrong. So there's not really an update on that. We are still working. We're still trying. We're month to month now, so I don't know exactly when it will be out. Our last estimate was the end of February, but depending on timelines and how frozen the ground is and whatnot, it could be pushed out March or April. I don't see us. I think April would be like the limit, like the absolute limit that would be in there, just because of weather-wise. So hopefully we do push it out that far. I really like the space that we're in. It's unfortunate we have to leave, but we're a pop-up, and that's what we have to do. We have to, shut it down here and pop up somewhere else. So that's what we're gonna do. But hopefully it's warmer out, so it's a little bit easier to move things. And I know we were so much busier in the summer, and so I really look forward to that part. I look forward to summer, don't get me wrong, but I definitely look forward to people who they want to get out, they want to explore more and all this other stuff. So summer is a great time for that. We get a lot of tourists at the warehouse, so summer is just going to be better for that. I think I need to capitalize on that. Yeah. And then we're also looking for community members who want to build a community. Now, this is not Warehouse's community. This could be your community or a community that you feel passionate about, kind of like the Extra Life community that I'm involved with, and I like to help try to build that up and host events, stuff like that. We're looking for equally ambitious people who want to organize stuff at the warehouse for their community. There's a lot of gaming communities out there who they used to be really active. They're not as much, and a lot of people tell me that they think it's just because they have no place to go, but they do. And that's the warehouse. And so if anyone out there wants to be a community member, basically help us host events that are good for the community to build up these communities that are needing the support, needing a place to go. For a good example, like the Pokemon Club, they host their tournaments at the warehouse because we're an establishment for gaming, for one. we're consistent. We're not going to kick you out because this other thing is better. You put in your time, and that's what you get. And they're friendly. We're friendly to gamers. We understand what they need. We have the internet for streaming. We have technology for any technical issues, and so for communities like the Pokemon Club, the Pokemon Go Club, it was really great for them. Our Wi-Fi is solid; everyone can hop on. I usually have power strips right for them. A community that we want to reach out to are some of the more of the tabletop communities. I realized we were limited on space for tabletop, but we still have them, and during the week, a lot of times they go unused. So that could be an opportunity there for some tabletop table. I also don't mind, as long as there are enough people, I don't mind being there late. We close at 10, but it's a community thing. So if the community wants us to be open later, we'll be open later. If not, then of course we're going to close at the same time. But I don't mind being open for the community if there's that draw, So if that's you, if that sounds like you, reach out to me and let's do something. Let's if you're a Fortnite guy and you want to host some Fortnite socials, let's do it. World of Warcraft, same thing. I would love to see some Counter-Strike Go happening. So if that applies to you, get a hold of me and we'll make something happen. That's all I had, and it doesn't look like, it's been a while, so I know that a lot of people aren't hopping in, and that's all I had for now. Otherwise, this would have been for questions and stuff like that. You can always leave them down in the comments, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. I think, that's it. It's cold. I don't want to go anywhere. I'm happy just being here in my pajamas. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your time, and I'll see you next time. Great next to your time. You get it. I'm not good at these outros. We'll see you at the warehouse, and catch you next time.